All right, welcome back, watch fans. Today we are discussing the similarities between your friendly Rolex and Patek AD and the Pennystock IPO boiler room tactics, which are really exactly the same. And how do you win? How do you win the Hunger Games? That's right, the horological Hunger Games, as they are described by the original Ochomo. And look, I've been starting to talk about this, which I think is a fascinating topic, which is this real mental, I think this mental illness with these there's two types of watch collectors, right? There's people who buy, like this channel, which is here to we're here to find watches that increase in value. We're here to deliver alpha, outperform the market. We're looking for watches that will double and triple in value within a year to 3 years. And stuff which is off the radar. We want to get into these ground floor opportunities, which are well before all the tomato cans, the lollipop liquors, the Palmolive dish soap drinkers. That's right. The only way you win the horological Hunger Games is by donating to the stream. Now, look, we already have on this channel. We get major sponsors. We have the Qatar Sovereign Wealth Fund. That's Emir Altani. He's been a major donor. He has sent us $20 million for the channel. But look, that only took us through the first week of the year. That's only the first week. That doesn't cover, our entire production budget. And thanks to donors like the Ugly South, was donated $9.90 last week, we're able to keep bringing you this type of content. Look, we need millions of dollars to keep bringing you this type of content. So what we're going to be discussing is this. Now, again, there's two schools of thought, right? So there's, the correct way, which is, again, generating alpha, right? Achieving alpha with these major gains. And by the way, you're not going to believe this. This is unbelievable, but true. While the watch market has been crashing, this channel, we've brought you a number of major, huge, bigly winning watches. And you know what's crazy? One of the watches we were offering here on this channel has increased 500%. That's right. It's a 10 bagger. The blueprint, unbelievable but true. It's a 10 bagger. We're talking about the Patek Philippe 3732. There's one that was sold today by John Reardon. You know who John Reardon is? You Google him. He's the grifter, fake Patek Philippe expert. That mooch bum Bukiak. He just sold that watch for $32,000. You could have had it for $7,500, $7,500. And John Reardon, the fake Patek Philippe expert, just sold them for $32,000. You Google it. That's right. Unbelievable but true. Now, here's the thing. Now, you got these grifters out there. You got these grifters like the original Ochomo channel, which basically their philosophy, you got these guys. I think that guy is kind of the ground zero for Chomo Stan, which is, they think that they're being smart by kind of gaming the system. Yeah, they're clever. They're gaming the system. You got all these Bukiaks. They're all getting groomed. They're getting groomed by the Ochomo, and it's a whole Chomo stand over there. They think they're being smart by getting I'm gonna get my allocation. I got the call from the AD. The reality is it's actually very, very similar to the penny stock boiler room business, right? Very similar, which is the way it works is this. It's like, how does it work? Look, you know that you guys may have seen that movie Wolf of Wall Street, which is kind of similar to how it kind of works. It's very similar. So, for example, let's say they got an IPO coming out. Usually every month it would come out with a new IPO, right? And the IPO would usually double, right? On the first day or first couple of days, would explode in price, sometimes triple. Everybody wants to get in, right? Of course you want to get in. But in order to get in, well, there's two catches. Catch number one is you got to buy a bunch of shitter stocks. You got to buy their other bullshit stocks, which are going to zero. So you're going to be taking a bath with their other stuff, right? You know, hey, does that sound familiar? Just kind of like, oh, you want a Royal Oak? Oh, you got to buy like the code 1159. Let's go on the collecting journey. Let's take you on a journey. Let's take you on a journey to Bukiakistan, okay? And then here's the best part. Now, okay, let's say you finally get the allocation. Guess what? You can't sell. Oh, you see the stock is up. You know, it's up. It's doubled. You know, you got it, and it's 3 o'clock. You're looking at your Quotron. You're looking at your Quotrek. You know, you pick up your Motorola brick phone. You call a broker. Tony Selly over there at Stratton Oakmont, or A.R. Barron, A.S. Goldman, D.H. Blair, and he says, "Sell? What do you mean sell? We don't sell over here. We don't got no sell tickets. We can't sell your stock. We got." Because they can't. No, you can't sell. That's right. You can't sell. Now, who can sell? Oh, yeah, the friends and family of the Boiler Room. Those guys already allocated shares to a bunch of nominees. Their girlfriend at Scores. You know, the stripper at Scores, the little gutter snipe at Scores, or at the Harmony Burlesque. The Harmony Burlesque Theater, all right, on Church Street, they got the allocation already, and they already sold. So it's very similar with Patek. Now let's examine some of these victims. Let's examine some of these Bukiakistani victims. This is very funny. Horror stuff. This is great. So this is one of the chomos. Hang on a second. Let's pull this up.
There is a race.
Okay, so you got this chomo here. We're looking at the original old chomo channel. Again, this is the guy. This is the grifter who's his whole audience is basically, it's that whole universe is a bunch of tomato. It's basically guys chasing status. They're not real collectors. They're basically chasing status. They want the kudos, as Archie says, right? They're chasing status because they think that gives them validation with other so-called watch collectors. If they have, oh my God, I got a Patek Tiffany dial. I mean, you get this guy getting a Patek Tiffany dial, a mall brand, okay? Now here's a horror story. I bought a $75,000 diamond and $50,000 Datejust to get the Ghost Daytona. Oh my God, look at this. I mean, I don't know. Should we watch this? I don't know. What you got this tomato can. You got a lot of grifting and grooming. Hang on. Is there going to be an interview, or what is he doing here? Anyway, so this is what's going on. Oh, it's not even. Oh, he's not even doing a lot. Oh, he's basically just doing some bullshit thing from like a boiler room, a chat room or something. Okay, this is it. This is what happens to the Ochomo channel. This guy, the original Ochomo, his grift. Okay, he's part of the grift. He's essentially like the Barker. He's the guy, just like in the boiler room game. He's the guy. He's trying to get the allocations himself also, right? He's basically trying to brown nose his way. He's trying to brown nose his way up the food chain. So he tells these brokers, these whatever guys, hey, oh yeah, listen, I'll tell you what. Look, I really can't afford to go through this. I don't have the money to play that. But I'll tell you what. I'll refer you. I'll bird dog. I'll be your bird dog. I'll be your bird dog and get you a couple of customers to buy to do this thing with. I mean, they're going to take the journey with you. They're going to buy stuff at retail from you. They'll buy the garbage shit from you. They're going to get screwed, and in exchange, you're going to throw me. You'll throw me a bone. You'll throw me, you'll throw me some shares or whatever it is. Same exact grift. This guy is a mega scammer. Okay, we're not here. By the way, we're not here to snitch on anybody, whatever. We're just here to expose the truth of really what is going on. Okay, the chomo stands out there. Let's see. Let's examine this. Now, this is exactly what is going on in that universe. It's a bunch of guys who think they're being smart. They're buying these shitter watches, these hype watches, which they can't sell. Because if they sell, then they're blacklisted, basically. They can't get another watch. So they're basically stuck. They're in a what do you call it? An idiot's paradise, a fool's paradise, as you call it. Now look at this. Let's watch this. Unboxing. This is very.
There is a race. Look, I mean, the guy was asked, what are the three iconic royal, what was the Nautilus 5712 in steel?
This guy is so fucking cringy. This Ochomo is such a super cringy guy. Hang on a second. Let's get to some of these tomato cans. Tomato can unboxings. Again, do you see any original watches? Do you see anybody who has any like original taste? No. It's a bunch of guys chasing hype watches that just they want to get validation. They want to, they're trying to chase, like kind of status of what they consider as the collector. See, their collector circle is basically other chomos. It's basically other BMW drivers. It's guys who are like, it's like the Ochomo. It's the aspirational wannabe. It's the wannabe. It's not the Rolls Royce guy. Okay. It's the wannabe, the guys who are like, trying to brown nose their way. They're trying to brown nose their way up the horological food chain, when in fact they could just go straight to the top by winning with watches that deliver alpha, that triple and quadruple in value, like we've been showing you in the last year. Yeah, Patek Philippe, Royal Oak Owl, things like that. Patek Perpetual Calendar 3940 if you're a heavy hitter. Stuff like that, where you can buy and sell in a free market. That's right, you could be a free man. You don't need to be tied into. You're a free agent. Okay, you can buy and sell whenever you want, baby. Unlike this bouquet, look at this tomato can. He's there sitting there. He's got that cheap lamp he got from IKEA or whatever, one of these bouquet stores with his cheap print there. Is that a Warhol print? No, it's not a Warhol. This guy doesn't have any taste. He's got some fucking bouquet print. Let's see what he's talking about here.
I think we could get this done in less than 3 hours. So, guys, yes or no questions, and we will. Okay, here's a very, very specific guess. Is it an AP code star wheel?
Oh, this is the. Okay, so they're doing the sassy. They're doing like a whole sassy, very, very homoerotic, like, hey, let's guess what he got. Oh, let's, it's like a whole fucking girly thing here. Come on, just show us the fucking buy. Who even cares about your unboxing? What is this? What is this, like a baby shower? What are you doing, baby showers over here? I mean, this unboxing thing is the most gay thing in the watch. This is the peak homosexuality, this unboxing thing. Really, it's the fucking gayest thing I've ever seen in my life. Just show us the watch. Who gives a shit? He's got to have a whole buildup. He's got to have a whole tease. He needs foreplay. OC, the Ochomo, he needs foreplay. He's got to have foreplay.
It's too specific. You can actually pass on the question. You don't want to give it away right
nice
away.
Piece. A little too specific. Why don't we try to narrow it down a little?
Wow. Very.
Why didn't we try to find out what city I was in?
Oh, come on. I can't. Listen, let me.
Like these guys,
I'm going to say
they just want to pinpoint an answer.
Look how much time they're teasing.
It's
going on for 10 minutes. I just saved you 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, these guys are stroking each other. They're performing analingus on each other. Just to get to this, look at this. Look at this chomo stand here. Okay, you got to unbox. Okay, just show us the fucking watch. Now, have you ever seen the Colonel unbox a watch? Have you ever seen the Colonel unbox a watch? Never. The Colonel does not do unboxings. You understand that? The Colonel does not do unboxings, and neither should you.
Yeah.
Don't be like one of these homos.
This opens up. Gives you the.
Oh, there's some kind of extract or some kind of what the fuck is this? I don't recognize this at all. I think we've been bamboozled. I don't think this is an approved brand at all. We're fucked.
A lot of stuff.
We're fucked, guys.
Little case holder. I give you this too. Ready?
It's very sassy.
We'll have it open.
Very sassy.
I have a question from Johnny O while you're doing that. Is there an ampersand in the brand name? That's a very, very good question. Is there an ampersand?
Very sassy.
There's not.
There is not.
Oh, come on. Can we get?
Oh, because that looks like a Longa and Sona.
Look how long this.
Yeah, that's good guess.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna skip. Okay, here we go.
Oh, Richard Mille. Brody has entered the Richard Mille Club. Holy shit. What in the hell?
Okay, look at the ass licking. Okay, so it's a whole mutual analingus society. Basically, so this guy, the Ochomo, he basically grooms. He's a groomer. He was grooming the Artem Pizdets, Tim Wright, getting him anal waxings and taking him clothes shopping. Yeah, he took him clothes shopping. And now what he does is he trolls Instagram. He trolls Instagram and finds people with nice watches and he kind of like, he slides into their DMs like a groomer. He slides into their DMs. They have donkey. He slides into their DMs, okay, and he grooms them. He says, hey, he looks up, he kisses their ass. He's doing the whole thing with them. Oh, I love you. Oh, wow, oh, this and that. Oh, you're like this. Oh, you're so special. Oh, you're so wonderful. We'll throw out a link. Whoever wants to join. Hang on, we'll throw out some links. We got to get guests. It's very hard for us to get. This channel is very controversial. We're a very controversial channel. And it's hard to get guests. It's very hard to get guests. So anybody who wants to hop on, whether it's the Duke, whether it's Morty, but we're here to discuss the Hunger Games. Anyway, so this Ochomo guy, he look how he kisses ass. Here's the whole thing. The whole AD game, as these guys call it, the AD game, it's all about kissing ass. It's all about performing fellatio on a clerk. I mean, can you imagine this? Here's the thing. Imagine this. You've worked hard, right? You've worked hard to get to the point where you can spend 50 grand on a watch, 20 grand on a watch, okay? And then you gotta, at that point, you gotta. By the way, by that point, you gotta suck ass. You gotta perform fellatio on a clerk wearing $79 Skechers shoes to get your. I mean, can you imagine this? You got to go through a song. Nah, that's for simps and chomos. Simps and chomos. That's right. The unboxing thing is 100% homosexuality. It's haram. Oh, look at this. We got a major donor. We got the Duke with a donation, $99. Actually, excuse me, it's not a donation. It's a contribution. Why is it a contribution? Because he's not giving us money. He's giving himself money. When you make a contribution, this money comes back to you tenfold. It is tenfold. It's a tenfold blessing, guaranteed. Okay, it is 100% guaranteed, money not back. Okay, we give you 100% money not back guarantee. When you make a contribution, you will get 10 times that money back, guaranteed. Unbelievable, but true. Now let's watch this grooming. Let's see the grooming that's going on. Let's look at this. Let's see how much this guy kisses ass. The Ochomo kisses ass to this guy here. I mean, it's a whole. This is kind of like middle age. This is like okay. There's no twinks on this channel. It's all basically kind of like middle-aged gentlemen's. He's basically. Listen, I think he's a little bit upset. I think he was hoping for some twinks. But here's the thing: it's hard to find twinks, who are spending 50 grand on watches. Okay, the twinks are buying watches for 10 grand. Buying a Rolex Submariner or whatever. This is kind of your middle-aged daddy. What do you call daddy bears or something? Leather daddies. These are like leather daddies. These are the leather daddies. These are like bears. These are like it's not the twinks. He's kind of, and we know that the OC, he likes the twinks. So this is not his target, but whatever. Look, a hole is a hole, right?
That is a look at, what? I got MJ in the chat. Let's effing go. Newbie, yeah, shocked. Andy Lewis, congrats.
Let's go.
It's
Let's
a
go,
titanium
man. Hey, man.
Richard Mille 6701 with the black rubber spring deployment clasp. It's
Okay, Bobby Google there reading off the specs. Now, okay, this watch, frankly, is dead money. This is a dead money watch, 100% dead money watch. Listen, if you're going to buy a Richard Mille, and by the way, that's a whole different, that's a whole different universe, okay? But if you're going to go into that universe, which is really like basically another groomer universe. It's a totally different. It's a whole. It's a whole. There are reasons to get into it if you're going to basically play the long con, right? But if you're going to go Richard Mille, you got to go best of breed. You got to get the exotic materials, which is they're crazy, whatever. I don't know, Chomostani rubber. They make these things out of crazy materials, I don't know, not even ceramic, some sort of weird exotic, space age metals. Who knows what they? and they're very colorful. You want something that's very colorful, like it's like acid green and like made out of some space age material, and it's got like some complications. You can't read the dial. That is Richard Mille, okay? Or if you want to play old school, you get the original one that they came out with like 10 years ago, which I think is a good deal. You can get it for like 80 grand. I actually think that's the play. I think that's a good play, that Richard. But anyway, I think that's a play. But this is garbage. This is trash. This is for like, you know, it's basically for Kyrgyzstan. It's Kyrgyzstan. These guys are part of Kyrgyzstan.
That is an
Simps. It's a simp. This is a simp watch.
incredible model. How in the hell did you get this?
How in the hell?
So I
Oh,
went
how
into,
the hell? Oh my God! How the hell
here,
did you get
like
this?
2 years ago.
How in the hell?
Put my name on the list for
Oh
it.
wow!
And the assay who I was working with, he left for their they opened a boutique in Dallas.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. I interrupted while we were getting the answer. Let's hear what he's got to say, because we may get insights. Okay, so he's talking about this. Okay, now watch this. Watch the interaction. You got sassy grooming going on. Okay, watch this. Let's hear.
Oh, Richard Mille. Brody has entered the Richard Mille Club. Holy
Sassy grooming.
shit. What in
Wow.
the hell? That is a
Went
look at, what? I got MJ in the chat. Let's effing go. Newbie, yeah, shocked. Andy Lewis, congrats. It's a titanium
Hey,
Richard Mille
Daniel, send money now. We got to get
the black
donations. We need donations here.
spring deployment clasp. That is an incredible model. How in the hell did you get this?
So I went into the boutique here where I live like 2 years ago. I put my name on the list for it. And the assay who I was working with, he
Wait, did he say 2 years ago? Hang on, let me back up. Back the truck up. What did he say? Okay, let's hear this.
With the black rubber spring.
By the way, black rubber, bad move. Black. Listen. Richard Mille is all about color. It's a watch you wear. It's a watch you wear to flex. It's the ultimate like flex watch. You wear that like at an F1 event, you know, in Miami or Singapore, Dubai, whatever. Look, our good friend, the Emir Altani, okay? Emir Altani, who's a good friend from Qatar, his family, they wear Richard Mille. Why? Because they know Rolex is controlled by Mossad. Mossad controls Rolex, and, you know, they got the space lasers, they got the beepers, they got the whole thing going on. That's why they only wear the Richard Mille. Now, I did find out. I'm shocked that Emir Altani actually himself, he wears a white gold Rolex Day Date 2. Okay, not the Day Date, the Day Date 2, which is like the stupid 41 millimeter. It is kind of, I think he got an off catalog piece, but still, that's very haram, very haram. First of all, it's the watch itself is haram. I mean, like the Day Date 2 is something that Stevie Wonder from Miami wears. You know, actually, you know, all the Puerto Ricans love that watch. You got Juan and Kino, I think, loves that watch, Opus and Time. I think he had one, he claims, which is, I mean, very in yellow gold, you know, of course. And you know who loves it? Watch Eric. That's Stevie Wonder. That's the guy who's always bopping his head up and down with the sunglasses. You know, Stevie Wonder. He loves that watch. It's a Puerto Rican thing. I mean, you wouldn't understand it. You got to be Puerto Rican. You got to steal hubcaps to understand it. I don't know what the Emir Altani is doing. Also, I think gold is haram. I mean, isn't this guy like part of the Muslim Brotherhood? I don't know what he's doing wearing gold. But anyway, let's see. I'm not a cleric. I'm not an imam, so I'm not here to give theological advice. But let's see what this guy's got to say.
Deployment clasp.
Yeah, if you're going to get a Richard Mille, you got to have a bright color strap, yellow, lime green, red, something stupid, or white. White is a good color. White is kind of like neutral, and it's still a fuck off color. You know, like white, you know, it pops. Okay, I think our good friend Amir Altani has in white, but I think he has like a Velcro, which also I think Velcro is haram. Velcro is like, ugh, it's like dirty. Velcro, I like the rubber. The rubber is beautiful. I actually had one on my wrist, and I thought it was a cool watch.
That is an incredible model. How in the hell did you get this?
So I went into the boutique here where I lived like 2 years ago. I put my name on the list for it.
2 years ago, I put my name on the list.
And the assay
Okay, let's hear about the journey. The journey.
who I was working with, he left for their they opened a boutique in Dallas.
Dallas. That's where you were, Dallas.
And I was in Dallas, and he notified me maybe about 2 months ago or 6 weeks ago that he thought it'd be coming in before the end of the year, and would I want to have it shipped, or do I want to go down there and pick it up? So I said, no.
Dallas. Okay, now you know who's in Dallas, the Timepiece Gentleman. The Timepiece Gentleman is in Dallas, and that's where the massage parlor is. Does anybody remember what was his name? What was Anthony Farrah's stage name when he was doing the massages? Anybody remember that? What was his name? I forgot what it was. He had like a stage name when he was doing the gentleman's massages. This guy looks like he might have gotten a massage. I'm not saying he did, but he's got, he's in the demographic of type of guy to get a massage.
I mean, I'm coming to the boutique because they just opened a brand new boutique in Dallas, and it's really phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So
sick watch, Brody. Yeah, man, sick watch.
Went down there, started back, and pick it up. Great experience. Could be happier. I mean, they really do. They really, really do treat you well. Not that they should.
They treat you well. What do you think? That they got a sucker walking in there, dropping $100,000 on a watch. Wait, how much is that watch? Can somebody look that up? I don't have the patience to look up what this is. Somebody please look up the retail price. Anyway, look, you got a sucker walking in there. Okay, you don't think they're gonna take him into the champagne room? They're gonna take him in the back in the champagne room, and they're gonna give him some sassy lingus, tell him how wonderful he is, blah blah blah. They're your best friend. Da, 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 da. And after you leave, that's when they start laughing, because that watch is, it's basically like a $2,000 watch that you paid $100,000 for.
But they really do. I mean, for all maybe people's feelings about.
I mean, this is the watch that they can't sell. This watch is completely unsellable. Completely unsellable. This is like, this is like a funeral director's watch. I mean, it's the watch you wear if you're like a funeral director in a gay retirement community or something. I mean, it's terrible.
Sure, knowing the value of it and all. They really do.
Not the on the wrist.
Really, really well. So
thank you very much, Ryan James. Member for 14 months. Sick watch, Brody. Congrats. Look,
it really looks better in person too.
That fits perfectly. Now, for people who don't know, like the 6701, that is a 7.75 millimeter watch. It's the thinnest watch RM makes, and it's
look at this. The Ochomo, he did a whole Google. He did a whole Bobby Google to give you like a little context. By the way, well played. Well played. He's Googling this as a thing, so he's adding value, like he's he's a watch expert. All of a sudden, this guy knows everything.
Well, aside from the Ferrari, which is like a credit card, but in terms of real watches, it's incredibly thin, thinner than a Daytona. It's thinner than Datejust. It's a very thin watch.
Okay, so actually they make the original one that they were doing. What was it called? It's like the one they did in gold, which I think was kind of cool. It was more of a rectangular shape. And by the way, this is thin. It's not that thin. I mean, this is supposed to be like a normal watch. That's the way a normal watch should be. Okay, you talk about thin. You put an ellipse on. That's thin. Okay, you put on you put on any Patek. Okay, you put on a Patek Calatrava mechanical, manual. Why do I call it manual one? You put on a Patek Calatrava. That's a thin, elegant, beautiful watch. Okay, and you can get a Calatrava for under $10,000. Okay, you can get a Vacheron under $10,000 that's more elegant, thinner, and what.
Economics on this are really
Fugazi.
Quite good. I mean, it just wraps around your wrist like perfectly.
Wow, those are not cheap. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but you did some thinning and consolidation of your collection, and you employed that methodology of CPW, cost per wear, and you thought to yourself, you know what?
Cost per. See, these guys are spreadsheet collectors. Cost per. They get a whole spreadsheet. Look at this.
I'm just gonna do it.
I wanted to get a great daily. So the other thing that was really surprising that I wanted to tell people. So I started mounting. This is a Seiko that I mounted like a few years ago.
Shout out to Loomshot.
And one of the things. No, I know that's true. That's exactly. But the connection.
Wait, so this guy started from Seiko. He went from Seiko to Risho. That's an interest. That's okay. Hey, impressive. Well, actually, it's not impressive. Seiko. I mean, come on. I mean, a couple of years ago, he was wearing a Seiko. This guy's like what? This guy's like 50 years old. I mean, he's still wearing a Seiko. I mean, come on. This guy should have been wearing a Rolex in his 30s at least. Come on.
Between this and getting an RM, sort of blew my mind. Is the assay at RM that I started working with out here and then moved to Dallas, he was wearing a Seiko when I went in. And we started talking about it when I first went in. And I told him that I modded. And that I modded Seikos. And we had some other discussions about it over the last couple of years.
Modded Seikos. That's a whole weird thing with, that's a whole niche, the whole Seiko thing. Like, is a whole, I can't get into it. I understand it's a whole thing with people. They do like weird shit with say. It's kind of like those Japanese rice burner cars, like people do like all so weird, I don't know, stuff with them, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, which is okay if you're like 16, okay? If you're like 16 or, you're 18 and you're doing Seiko modifications, I salute you, okay? Great. I mean, if you're 15, you're saving money to buy a Seiko, and you're doing modifications, whatever you're doing, you're great. But my hat's off to you. But when you're a fucking middle-aged man, I mean, come on.
Really like me because of that. I'm just saying, and that might sound weird to people, but when I went and picked up the watch at the boutique yesterday in Dallas, we talked about that, and he asked me how I got into it, and he brought the boutique director out who asked me about it and how I got into it.
Grooming.
So you never know.
Grooming them.
You never know where you can end up. You never know like what things in your collection could lead to a conversation or a story that clicks with somebody.
Oh, story. Oh, look at this. By the way, this is actually listen. This guy, listen, as sassy as this sounds, the Duke Omar has actually successfully experienced this. The Duke Omar has actually had life-changing events. That's right, life-changing events as a direct result of his watch collection. And the Duke Omar actually, believe it or not, I mean, I don't know, I'm not his accountant. I believe the Duke Omar, as a result of his watch collection, he is on a net basis basically more than paid for it as a result of the stories, connections, as you call it. That's right, unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. This guy is traveling in Maharaja circles as a direct result of wearing the right watch, specifically Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet specific models. That's right, unbelievable but true. The Duke Omar has gotten massive ROI on his watch collection investment. This is not a joke, not an exaggeration. We're talking like real money. What about the Colonel? Yours truly. Have I gotten any ROI as a result of my watch collection? Have I gotten any, I don't know, deals, business deals, opportunities? Have I gotten sexual favors performed for me? I have to admit, the answer is no. So far, I think I've gotten, let me see, what have I gotten? No, I usually, I've got nothing. I've got no benefits that I know of. I mean, it could be maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But I don't think I think maybe my lawyer increased my fees because he saw I was wearing the owl. Because I noticed when I met him, he was eyeing the watch. It was under the cuff. And I noticed he was eyeing it. And I noticed a certain look. I didn't like that look. I didn't like that look. Anyway, let's get back to the grooming.
Yeah,
that's right. And anyway, I couldn't be having a really good experience at that boutique. It's brand new. It's beautiful. It's in the Highland Park Village shopping center, which that place is insane. I mean, it's like
Highland Park Village. That's where what's his name? Anthony Farrow. I think that's where he was doing Chomo stuffs.
It's like Rodeo Drive, like all in this one outdoor shopping center that is really, really beautiful.
RM 6701. Let's hang on a second, gentlemen. Hang on a second. I gotta get some water here. Hang on a second. Somebody please entertain the punters while I step away. All right, gentlemen, I am back. And some of you are wondering, what kind of water does the Colonel drink? What kind of water does the Colonel drink? Well, the Colonel is partial to Pellegrino, and it ain't cheap. So we need your donations now. Okay, I think it's costing $2.19 if I'm not mistaken for the bottle, which is like a liter bottle if I'm not mistaken. RM 6701. Let's Google it. hang on a second. Oh, hang on a second. Here we go. We're going to Google it for you. That's right. You know, thanks to the Duke Omar, I actually decided to, okay, you know what? I'm going to make the investment and get the every watch. That's right. We'll give you a database. We'll give you a database. Thank you to the Duke Omar, because, you know, I was like, should I do this? By the way, every watch, I think it's run by like this Italian kid, and the site is very Italian. It's a little bit clunky. Like you can see, it's kind of cool, but it's a little bit clunky to use, frankly. It's kind of like, you know, like these Italian cars, like, you know, the windshield washer button is like, you know, in the back of the driver's seat, or like the ashtray is like in the trunk. It's always something weird. They always, you know, they got some always very poetic. Okay, so RM6701, this is what this gentleman has. Let's see what they're going for. Big money. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. What is this? It's a titanium watch. So, okay, it's a special metal, but titanium is not that special. You got to have one of those crazy, you know, materials like the whatever, like this Fugazi, whatever this is here. What is this? Like this blue one here. What is this Fugazi material? It's made out of like Ladyboy what is it? It's made out of carbon. Yeah, some sort of carbon. Yeah, this is that's your RM. That's what you want. I mean, the blue, I don't care. I don't care for the blue. I don't care for the Velcro. It's a little bit too, you know, the blue is it's not a good color. I just don't think the blue is a good color. But okay, let's see the sassiness. What's going on? So these are going for 180s. 180s? Look, that's crazy. Oh man, they're all over the map. Look at this. Grand Caliber. Grand Caliber. It's our good friend, what's his name? 250. Man, these prices are like all over the map, huh? 213. 230. I mean, all over the map. I mean, it's crazy. Cray. 200. Look at this. These things are bouncing around like a D.H. Blair penny stock. Let's see, for sale. How much are they going for sale? Avi & Co. So this guy Avi is like one of the main Richard Mille guys. I think Grant Cardone buys from him. 229 Avi's asking. You got Chrono Cash, 233. See, that's kind of cool. Signature watch. It's got in gold. 270, 243 Avi. What he's got? Oh, he's got one on eBay. It's the same watch. I mean, you see, here's the problem. The data is dirty. Like this guy, like the data is not clean. Like this, that's the thing with this guy. That's why I was hesitant to sign up, because it's still a little bit clunky. It's a little bit raw. It's a little bit raw. G&G. Oh, that's the Bukiaks in Miami. G&G. G&G is selling this for. Is it the same watch? On a white strap? No, I think it's a different thing here. G&G official watches, Watch Time Brazil, 220. So it's like in the 200 plus range. Look, what is this? Okay, so one sold for 170 not too long ago. 190. Look at this. So they went up. They went all the way up. Prices have gone up. Let's take a look at this. Let's see. Look at this. They give you also charts. They give you the charts here. Let's pull up the chart on the oh, look at this. It's been going all the way up. See this? Look at this. It's going all the way up since last March, which is correct. which is, yeah, that makes sense. Well, actually, since the summer, all of a sudden, the watches started pumping. Yeah, the watches did start pumping. And it went from 190. Well, that's a big pump. Look at that. It's a big pump. Look at that. That actually makes sense. I would say that's in line. No, come on. No, oh, no. The Duke, come on, don't tell me. It's on the list. Oof, oof. The Duke, this, I don't know, we got to talk about that. I don't know. Listen, Duke, you disappointed me. I mean, come on. We have to have a conversation about that watch. There's better stuff out there. In the Richard Mille milieu, we got the Baron von Noob, live from the Netherlands. That's right. Carbon fiber. Unbelievable, but true. Actually, hold on a second. How much is it retail? What's the retail price on that watch? How much is it retail? Yeah, I don't know. You know what I think? I'll tell you what I think. Let me give you. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't, honestly, I don't understand this watch. I think also, I don't like this shape. I think the shape is very, I don't think it's honest. I think it's a ripoff of our good friend, what's his name? Frank Bueller. See, when I'm thinking Richard Mille, I'm thinking something like this. This is the type of stuff I'm thinking about. Crazy colors, this type of like rose gold. Where's the, or this? When I think of Richard Mille, I'm thinking like this. Something like, it's just like a fuck off color. Like just something, you see that and it's like, you know, this guy just basically doesn't give a fuck. Like, if the watch is going to have resale value or not. I'm thinking of a specific watch, and let's see, Richard Mille. Okay, hang on a second. Low to high. Well, let's look at the Richard Mille market. Okay, hang on a second. See, the data is so dirty on this website. It makes no sense. Like, you know, they throw this garbage. Okay, so I'm thinking basically, like this type of watch, which was early 90s. Excuse me, not 90s. This is their early whatever. And but in rose gold, or like this. This is what I'm thinking. I think this is going to have, I think it's going to have upside at some point. It's going to be, it's a little bit of a speculative hold. It's a little bit of a speculative hold, I would say. Like, meaning, you know, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, there's better things out there. Better risk reward profiles, but if I had to put money, if I had to like get a Richard Mille, I would get this basically, and be done. Like, I don't know, what else do you need? It's the same fucking watch. I mean, they're all the same basically. And actually, what makes this, I think, basically the idea with this is that, well, actually no. Here's the problem. The idea with this watch is it's kind of historically important. It's neo vintage. It's one of their first watches, so it's historical. It has a historical context. The problem is, if you're around these like Richard Mille bros, if you, let's say you're going to like a Formula One party or whatever, like, you know, all these guys are wearing a Richard Mille, right? And those guys, they don't know anything. They're morons, basically. If they see this watch, you're going to think, oh, this is like an entry level. Like, oh, this is like an old. Actually, they may not. You know what? I bet those guys don't even know this watch was made. Most of these Richard RM buyers, they don't know anything about it. Watches, they've never. 99% of them have never even seen this watch. So actually, you know what? I think you'd be safe. That's my take on it. Wait, it's 100. Oh, okay. It's 120K retail. Okay. You know what? Wow, that's crazy. I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that the resale market is so strong. Even like today, I'm very surprised. Very, very, very surprised. Extremely surprised. I don't know. Are you buying this to hold or flip? Well, actually, let's not. Let's in case anybody says maybe you don't want to say. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. No, come on. Of course, this is. Come on. What you're not afraid of buying in the second. You're not afraid of buying in the secondary market. I don't know why it's an issue. Yeah, but I think that's the one. I think that's the one. I think actually those are going to be like kind of. I think they're going to be on the decline for a while. Like people, it's going to be a while before people catch on to these. I think because it's the RM. It's a very. I think the mentality of the RM buyer is very hype driven. So it might be like a 10-year hold. It could be like a 10-year hold, basically. Like it could be a 10-year hold before you get your money. Okay, let's get back to Chomo Stan. Okay, but he's buying into the story. It's a story. They sold him a story. By the way, some of the story is true. Although, if I would do it, I would want one of these crazy carbon fiber. I mean, that's what I would go for. I would go for like, okay, if you're going to go for the whole R&D story, you want the R&D watch. You want the watch that looks like it's going to Mars, like it belongs on an astronaut. Which, by the way, is not what I showed you the first one. But okay. Again, it's the story. He's basically trying to justify the whole story. Like a subdued kind of like. Listen, I gotta give him credit. I gotta give the Ochomo credit. He's picked up a lot of the good buzzwords. He's picked up a lot of stuff that he's probably has notes and everything like on a teleprompter that he uses for this. Because it's actually improved. Like he went from being a tomato can to basically like he's sort of like he sounds knowledgeable. I got to give him credit. I mean, he's basically a retard. He's basically a retard who's got no idea about like where things are going. But he understands like, okay, here's the hype and here is the watch. Here is what I need to say to get the twinks into the hotel room at the Sassy Watch meetups. Oh, he doesn't hear the audio? Wait, he doesn't hear the audio from the video? Wait. How's that? Is that possible? Screen share audio. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Something happened. Restart your browser. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's a problem, I think, with StreamYard. Oh, wait. Let me try again. Let's try this. Okay, let's do this. Let's go back to this. Share this. Okay, stop sharing. Stop sharing. Okay, now let's go back to, hang on a second. Let's go back to the video. Okay, so let's do that. Let's share that screen. Look at this, Baron von Noob. Look what you're making me do here. You're making me like do a whole thing here. Holiday unboxing. There we go. Sassy holiday unboxings. Okay, now tell me if you can hear this. Okay, yeah, StreamYard. Listen, we're on a budget here. What can I tell you?
They're really cool.
Can you hear it now?
Absolutely phenomenal. Huge shout out to Jeff, who just donated
Can you hear us
$200
now?
to Ronald McDonald House.
Oh,
Jeff, who
Ronald,
is an
a fake
owner
charity
himself. So like,
yeah. So the grift there is, these guys are doing these fugazi charities. You know, they're doing, raising money for dog charities, this, that. They gotta and they gotta do it. Like, you know what? Listen, you know, when I give charity, I don't tell anybody. Okay, I'm giving a lot more than $200 right now. What these guys need to like really flex in front of everybody that they're giving to Ronald McDonald House, or like, you know, some dog saving foundation, cats, whatever. You know, it's a whole grifting and grooming thing. A lot of chomo stuff. Okay, let's keep going.
some collector got one. There's some other people who got one. I'm not sure if people know publicly that they got it or not, so I'm not going to mention their names. We have someone else joining who wants to wish the community a happy holidays. Welcome to the panel, Jeff.
Hey, I missed Brody. I'm sorry.
You know, I think what goes on is I think the money that they raise for charity gets embezzled. The money's getting embezzled. Okay, it's getting embezzled, and the money's going for twinks. It's getting embezzled for twink rentals and all sorts of sassy activities, like, you know, anal waxing. And imagine this. They raise a bunch of money. It's like a foundation. They create a foundation, the Watch Colony Foundation. And then they do an audit, and they say, hey, where'd the money go? And they see, you know, $30,000 for anal waxings, you know, $10,000 for, you know, this, you know, that's the whole thing.
Rob, I was gonna congratulate him in person and welcome to the
Okay, next victim.
to the club. You know,
Welcome to the RM Club. Let's take a look. People don't want to see me. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
red strap for Christmas.
Okay, they're okay. Oh, it's just, I think it's a sandwich. You know, the red strap, I don't know. You know, this guy is very pasty looking. This guy is very pasty looking. These bright colors, it just doesn't look right. It's just, you know, yeah, this is not, this type of watch is not for white people. Like, yeah, it doesn't work.
There's something about
gray, and the gray is like, it looks like death, basically. I mean, yeah. Maybe he's got bad lighting. Maybe I'll give him some leeway.
On red strap. That's the 3001, the RM 3001. I looked at that just a couple weeks ago. I was in the New York boutique, and they pulled that one out and said, "OC, doesn't this look good?" And yes, it does. It's a very, very nice.
I like the way he's saying the OC. This is like he's on a first name basis. He's like a whole thing. He's giving you the whole like yeah. There's actually a very good marketing angle. I think he's doing a very good marketing angle. What is this? Which watch is this again? This is the what? The what? What was this? I don't forget. Fuck it, I don't care.
Nice watch.
You didn't jump on it, OC?
I would have to mortgage my primary residence.
Oh, stop. That's just a drop in the bucket for you.
Jeff Hefe, you're known as El Jefe, has entered the chat and entered the panel. Jeff, we raised, and due in large part to your generosity, we raised $7,000.
That's awesome. That's great.
For twinks. They're raising money for twinks, basically. Well, by the way, you know, interesting. Ronald McDonald. I don't want to go there, but you know, it's something cringy is going on.
Ronald McDonald House.
That's awesome.
Are you ready to give us a thumbs up? You in the back room. What's up, Diego?
Oh, speaking of twinks, speaking of grooming and twinks, we got sex trafficking victim Diego. Diego has been sex trafficked on a number of occasions, and of course, notorious for wearing a fake Rolex Daytona. That's right. On the channels, he was flexing a watch. It turned out to be a Fugazi. And also, the original Ochomo channel was actually kicked off of YouTube for being allegedly for what they said it was fake watches. That's right, selling fake watches.
If you told me Brody was unboxing a fucking RM, I would have been here earlier.
Hey, I didn't. Who knew? Jeff, did you know?
I didn't know at all. I was shocked.
RM brings out all the twinks. Look at this. It's twink bait. RM is the twink bait. Diego showed up. Diego is the most MVP, twink MVP in the Kyrgyzstan.
I was ready to jump on it like fucking RM. A 6701. We only know one other guy in our community who has one. Yeah, that's a tough watch. That's a tough watch to get. I love the 6701. It's just too small for me, but it's awesome. It's a great size, but it's just a little too small for me.
Would you say it's
Small? How can an RM be too? Somebody needs to explain that. How can an RM be too small for anybody?
great watch?
It's a great watch.
It's a great watch. Great summer watch.
It's a great
Anybody-
summer watch.
If anybody else from the colony or anybody else wants to jump on the panel and share some holiday well wishes, Diego, I'll put you on the spot. Ready? There you go. You have the floor. You have the floor for 60 seconds. What do you want to say to the watch community?
Can
How would you describe 2025 for you?
Twink grooming.
you make me not full screen? That's weird.
Jesus Christ.
Really weird.
All right, how about this?
Look at this. He's getting him drunk. The Ochomo is buying him. He's sending him liquor. He's getting the poor Diego, poor sweet kid Diego is getting liquored up. He's probably got roofies in there. You don't know what's going to happen in about an hour.
No, I mean, it's met a lot of great people. A lot of good things have come from the watch community, the generosity. It's crazy. I mean, you guys
We
always
got
did
the
my own
Duke.
thing. and
Hang on,
it
hang
would've
on.
been
Oh,
even a dream if the watch community hadn't been so generous. And
the Duke is back.
Hey, Colonel, how are you?
Oh, thank God. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Just getting ready for. I've got to head out to dinner in a little while, so I'm just finished the workday and heading to dinner in a bit.
Did you launch any drone strikes today?
That's classified.
Because we know you now. You're part of the what do you call it?
Military industrial complex.
Military, the military-industrial complex. The military-industrial complex. And this is what we need. We need connections to people in the complex to launch drone strikes on, undesirables out there. The undesirables. Now, let me ask you a question. Why are you going out to dinner when you have a green egg? You got the green egg in the backyard,
Great question. It's been raining in Southern California.
Oh, that's right.
So it's projected to rain, and actually, I need to. The charcoal that I had became wet, and so it just won't get hot enough.
Do you have where do you keep your charcoal? Do you keep it like in like one of those outdoor cedar type of things, like a box thing?
I do. Yeah, along with the other grilling equipment. Yeah. But
Now, and you're not afraid of water? I mean, because it never rains. It really never rains. But when it does, it actually does.
It's been raining heavily. Yeah, raining heavily, and some places have actually been flooded. There's some biblical stuff going on. So my charcoal was flooded, waterlogged. So
What do you think of that wood? I actually tried. I tried getting this. I got this. What do you call it? A wood. I don't know what they call it. I got this at Lowe's in the barbecue section. It's like wood. I think they call it barbecue. I forget what it's called, but it's like basically charred wood. What is it called? It's basically wood. But
are you talking about those pellet grills?
No, it's not pellet. It's basically charcoal, but it's pieces of wood basically.
You're talking about lump charcoal. Yeah.
Yeah, lump charcoal.
Yeah, I only use lump charcoal.
You don't?
No, I only use.
You only use. I gotta tell you something. I this is my first time. I think I may have used it before, but the thing with the lump charcoal is that it's I don't know how you control it. It burns very fast. Now I have like a cheap grill. I have like a metal, whatever that is, like some sort of metal thing. I don't have a green egg, but
You have a Weber grill?
yeah, it's some sort of Weber or whatever, and it burns up very quickly, and it goes quick, and it's kind of like it takes a long time it takes me 30 minutes basically to get to the point where I could cook the steak.
So I have a flamethrower to get the charcoals lit up. See, that's the benefit of the big green egg. You can actually control if it burns up too quickly. you can regulate the airflow so that it burns slow. Like that's how you control the temperature.
You know, I've tried it. It's just I don't know. I think I may have to go back to like the little briquettes. You know, the little. You know, the other thing that bothers me is it throws off sparks. You know, there's like sparks that fly off. You know, burning.
You must be putting. You need to get larger. You need to get the larger lump charcoal. They sell the premium ones. And then it sounds like you're getting dust, the charcoal dust. That's why you're seeing sparks.
Maybe I'm not using the right word. It's not sparks. I'm getting like embers, little embers, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. That can happen if the charcoal isn't dry enough.
Okay.
So basically, what happens is that the water in there will heat up and expand really quickly with the heat, and then throw off embers. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me nervous because like I got like trees nearby, and like, you know, I don't want to create like a fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to. Yeah, I got enough problems.
I hear you.
You know,
yeah, so I'm grilling tomorrow because it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. But so that's why.
So Duke, what do you think of this RM? What do you think of this concept? What do you think of the discussion? Like, what are your thoughts?
So I mentioned I was on the list for the 6701. I've tried it. I actually like it. And the only reason I like it is because it's thin. All the other RMs I don't care for it because they're huge. This is why I don't like this guy saying it's a little too small as a wrist. I have no idea what he's talking about because the biggest problem I have with the RMs is that they're way too big already. So this one doesn't seem as the 6701 because they're extra thin or extra flat or whatever they call it. It's a lot thinner. Which the other one, the square shaped one, that was the predecessor to the 6701, and that one is thin too. Which I like.
What do you think of? What about the one that we showed earlier? Which was the one from like, you know, the early, that like 2008 model that they had, the square one, rectangular one.
Yeah, the square one, that is the predecessor to that. So it's thin. I do like that. But what I hear, this is what the RM. So the RM boutique in Beverly Hills invited me to a soiree.
Ooh, sassy. Is it sassy?
It was kind of interesting.
You actually went. You went.
I did. Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
It was just like wine and hors d'oeuvres, and other people owned RMs and stuff like that. And the bottom line is like the RM snobs consider that a
starter watch.
A starter watch. Yeah, that's right.
What? But why? Is it because it's early, or why is that? Because
it's the most accept up and when I was tracked, because I was looking to buy it, and that's another thing I missed on. So there was one that sold on Loop This. I think it was for a little over 60 grand, not including the buyer's premium. So they're the most accessible price wise. I think that's
okay. But here's the thing. So why is it? So the question is it because it's garbage, or is it because it's misunderstood by the market? It's not. It's basically there's the perception because it was early. So here's the thing. I'm thinking again. I'm an outsider to this, right? So
I think it's misunderstood. I think it is. That's the one without that. Which is even though I didn't look at it this precisely, I think it is the one. It's the only one in that group. It's the only one there that has the potential for alpha, as you like to call it.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking, as we call it, the variant. We're looking for the variant viewpoint, which is again. Now, I don't know anything about the movements or whatever, but the way I see it is okay. In terms of RM, right? Like that was one of the first watches. It's very typical. It's 100% DNA RM. It's got everything that made them famous, and the reason why it's cheap is probably because it's been such a kind of like, let's call it arms race. Everybody wants the newest, the hottest, blah blah blah. But then I look at it as, I think, let's use the car comparison, like the Porsche world, right? You've been a Porsche man, right?
Yeah.
And from what I understand, the original cheap Porsches from the 70s have been exploding in price because people want that manual, they want that, that clickety clackety engine, they like that whole thing, right?
That's true. They have exploded in price primarily because you have these people like Singer. So they do resto mods on the 911s, the 70s 911s, 80s 911s, and those are selling for like millions, right? $3 million type
Whoa.
thing. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
What do you think? You think it's worth it?
The Singer resto mod, I mean, those are incredible looking cars. I don't know if you've ever seen one. They're just gorgeous. But so what's happening is that with those older Porsches, that Singer, all these resto mod shops, including, and there are collectors there too, they're purchasing these 70s and 80s 911s, and then they spend whatever 500 to 500, maybe $1 million with Singer, and then Singer themselves are buying those cars to restore and modify them, and they're selling for big money. Millions.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wait. So here's the question: do you think so? But you understand the thesis, right? Like basically, like, are we going to have maybe at some point? Because here's the thing: I think basically the RM collectors, they're really, I would say, they're not really sophisticated collectors in terms of watch. They're not really watch people so much. It's a lot of like hype people right now. However, at some point, they will become sophisticated collectors, and then they're going to appreciate the heritage. The heritage. It's the heritage story. That's it. The heritage thesis. That's it. We're doing the heritage. Does that make sense? The heritage narrative, could that create the alpha, the heritage narrative?
It makes sense to me. The thing I worry about with Richard Mille, I mean, and you've talked about this on your channel in different parts over time, but I'm pretty wary of independents in general, and I would consider Richard Mille one of them.
Oh yeah,
because you've seen a lot of them flame. Like I'm looking at what's his name, Roger Dubuis. Like there were a couple of them that I like,
Dubious, aka Roger Dubious.
Dubious, yeah. Like there's a few of them. Like one of his perpetual calendars showed up on my feed a while back, and I'm fascinated by that watch. But
they're cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful watch. But I think that's just whoever got it is dead money. Same thing with Frank Muller. So I'm just kind of like what happens when I think this is the same thing with like FP Journe. I have friends.
It's a crowded trade.
I have friends that are not into watches that are just I want to get an FP Journe, and they don't
really.
Oh yeah, but they don't even have like these are people that have like the Omega swatch, and they want to go from that to an FP Journe. I don't understand it. So to me, it just seems like peak hype.
That's okay. So this is a fascinating anecdote. See, look, Duke, you're adding value to the channel because you travel in rarefied circles, and you're getting the market, the channel, from the channel check. You're getting the channel, in-depth channel research here. So you're hearing from like people, actual potential, like just so these are like randos. These are just randos that are talking about buying an FP Journe.
Yeah. So the one that they seem to want is the Elegante, and I told them it's
quartz. My God,
I told them it's quartz, and they're like, they don't even know what it is. So I think it's just bolstering your observation, which is they don't care about movements or anything.
Wait, that's crazy. Hold on a second. Now, hold on a second. How would they? These are not watch people. So how would they even know about it? Because that's like, how would they even know?
It's all over Instagram. So Tom Brady is wearing an Elegante, Marky Mark, and whatever,
But how would these guys, like you're talking to these guys, they're wearing an Omega now, and now all of a sudden they want to talk about. I mean, that's that's such a wide leap.
I agree with you. It's weird. It's crazy.
It makes absolutely no sense.
I think this guy has either gotten or will soon get like a Moser, which
Who's that?
is random. You know, the Moser.
Oh, this is one of. Okay.
Yeah, so I think so they haven't gotten one yet, but I think they're going to get a Moser and then go from there. Then they're like, oh, I really want an Elegante. So
That's so weird. Like these are like just normal people. They're not collect, but they're going deep, just diving right into the whole indie, so-called indie pool of whatever.
yeah.
Cesspool, the indie cesspool.
Well, I think the Moser he got is a stainless Moser. And so I honestly, I don't understand it.
Where are they getting this? Like, is this, you think it's social media that all of a sudden is like programming like people to like, okay, hey, this is the cool thing. Like, hey, this is.
I do. FP Joins all over the place on social media.
Crazy. Wow. That is, okay. To me, that is a major sell signal. Like that's like, I don't know how I'm like, how much is that quartz? I think those are going for 6 figures now, right?
It's over 100. It's like 120 grand.
Yeah, that is pure. That's like a built-in loss. That's basically like the .com. That's like not even 1990. That's like
By the way, Colonel, I think it's 120 grand for the titanium one. So it's not even like a precious metal one.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Those things people like the more like exotic. For them, it's like metal. It's. But it reminds me. It's kind of like
what's exotic about titanium?
It's high tech. It sounds like high titanium. I think in that world, in the world of these like kind of like performance watches, like Richard, between titanium and gold, I think titanium is almost better. I think it's actually almost better because
I realize these are things that aren't
just in that world. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I realize that logic is not really what drives these things, but I mean, what's the difference? What's the benefit of getting this the Elegante versus? I mean, like you get a titanium Apple Watch. It's another electronic item.
Listen, here's the problem. The problem with what I think a lot of these people don't realize is when you wear a quartz watch, that's a demon magnet because it's when you have that battery, the battery attracts the demons.
That's true. The jinns.
Yeah, and also you know what happens when you got the battery in there. It's the Mossad. The Mossad can booby trap the watch. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think what's his name? I think that guy Juan and Kino might be a Mossad agent. That's gonna be my next investigative report. Juan and Kino. But that's fascinating that you're telling me this about it's actually insane. Hold on, let's get back to the Richard Mille because nobody invites the Colonel to anything, right? So what goes on? Were there any celebrities there? Any hot broads? What was going on there?
Not there weren't any celebrities that I saw, at least none that I recognized.
No. Did they invite you to any like private hotel rooms or for any like watch collector discussions, anything like that?
No. It was a really nice affair actually. They did it at a nice restaurant, like private room in the private dining room in a nice restaurant. It was nice.
Oh, okay. Which place? Which place? Give us the details. Come on, don't be shy.
It was at Noble, actually.
Oh, okay. It's a good, respectable.
Yeah, it was nice.
And how many guys were there? How many people?
I wasn't there for long. I just kind of went in for maybe 45, under an hour.
Okay.
So I think there were like 20, 25 people. It wasn't like a ton of people.
Oh, okay. So it's like it's an intimate event, basically.
Yeah.
And these people, were they like hardcore collectors or were they being groomed? Like what would you say there, like was a mix? What was it?
I think most of the people there had at least one RM.
You know what? I just realized I should have given you, if you would have told me this, I would have given you the contact of, our other guy, a good friend of the channel. That's the guy in LA who's got a couple of RMs. We had a video interview with him.
Oh,
yeah. He's an investment banker in LA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think so. He's what do you call it? He's big in. He's also into the whole F1 thing. He's big in the F1 thing. So, for him, it kind of makes sense. He's kind of like, a young guy. It's F1. It's the whole F1. The whole that makes sense, right? I mean, like Richard Mille. It's the whole. You guys, I should connect you because you guys would have a lot in common. You guys would have a lot of like, you could, do a car swapping.
Well, I mean, if you go to Richard Mille's website, right, they call it a racing machine on your wrist. So yeah,
it's a very racing. They appeal to people like in the whole, it's the type of watch you get if you have like a Lambo, you know what I mean, or Ferrari. Like it's that's what it is. It's kind of it's like an accessory almost, so it appeals to that. I think. I mean, I don't. Is that the sense you got? Well, like, what kind of cars were in the valet?
I do. I think there are a lot of similarities between luxury watches and automobiles. I think there's a lot of overlap in people that collect and buy both. I think there's with Richard Mille, just like Richard Mille collectors, they kind of remind me of, there's like above Ferrari and Lamborghini, you have like Bugatti and you have all these,
Pagani,
right? And all these other weird brands. I think I feel like it's almost it's more those kind of people, like the people that would buy those would also.
Yeah, I completely I get it. Yeah, it's kind of like Richard Mille is not really Ferrari, or it's more of like the Koenigsegg or some sort of like hyper exotic whatever.
Yeah,
what's that called? Rimac or something?
Yeah, Rimac Nevera. That's the fastest. That's the electric car. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you on the wait list for that?
Oh, for the Rimac? No. No.
Are you an electric? Will you go for electric or no?
I have Teslas, as a couple of Teslas actually. Yeah.
Really?
Daily drives.
What do you think of Rivian?
Rivian. I don't care for them. I don't like the look.
Okay. Okay. You don't like what the truck SUV vibe?
Well, no, actually, I don't mind SUV. I have a Model X, so that's an SUV, and the Model Y as well. But so I don't mind the SUV shape. The issue is I don't like it's kind of boxy, and I don't like the headlights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I love the head. I mean, I would never buy one, but I mean, I bought the stock recently. I'm just hoping that, more tomato cans start buying the cars in the next, because I think they may have a pop. I see them everywhere in California, Rivians, everywhere.
They are taking off. People started buying them, and what's the other one? Because people that don't like Elon and didn't want to,
Oh yeah, it's the whole the Elon anti-Elon trade.
Yeah, I think the other one is Lucid. So,
that's garbage. That's that's like a sedan. It's stupid.
Lucid. They have an SUV now, but I mean that's a whole. I think they're pretty much owned by the PIF. So, and I don't know. I mean, Rivian's publicly traded. I don't know who their big shareholders are. I heard your good friend Amir Altani is an investor.
Yeah. Well, listen, this is what we're trying to promote the stock, is because the Qataris are part of the channel. We got to, it's a whole thing we got to do.
Yes.
Now, what they're going to be launching an SUV for $45,000 in March.
Who is this? Rivian?
Yeah, Rivian, which is a cheap price, no, for SUV.
It is. I don't know how they compete with the Model Y. Model Y is around that price, actually less. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, did you drive the Ferrari to the event? Of course.
I did. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't roll in a Tesla with those.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Now, what other cars were in the valet when you at the valet? Was it all like Lambos?
There were other exotic sports. Actually, all of them are exotic sports cars. So one was a 911 GT3. So that's their, the racing 911. There was a Lambo, but that was a Lambo SUV. Interestingly enough.
Wait. Let me see. The guy with the GT3, did it have like I don't know, like decals on it, like some sort of club racing decals on, or some stupid shit? No, okay. Oh, okay, no, because there was a guy. Some guy was like, I don't know. I had an incident with a gentleman, a GT3 gentleman. I think it was, basically it was about 2 years ago. I was driving north on Highway 1 to I was actually going to the Pebble Beach, the concourse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was driving up. It was a beautiful drive, and you driving up. I'm driving the Bentley, right? And it's like, and the car can go fast, right? There's like Bugattis, like you can pretty much keep up more or less until the guy, the Bugatti can go much faster, obviously. But anyway, the road is a one way. You only got one lane basically going up, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is behind me, this Porsche guy. I don't know, and I'm driving, whatever, and finally we get to Big Sur. We get to the first stoplight. And he's behind me, and he starts yelling, "Oh yeah, hey, yo, you don't know how to drive," and that's something along those lines, like something about I don't know what the fuck, I don't know what he's taught. I have no idea what these guys, this guy's thinks he's Paul Newman or something, just because he's got a Porsche, So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are some characters that show up in these car circles. I don't get it. Look, I mean, I love cars too. The thing is that I don't think a regular Tesla is so fast. It beats all of the, except for the newest Bugatti straight line, actually even quarter mile, I think. So
it's over. No, the race it's like the quartz. It's like the quartz thing for accuracy. I mean, the race is over. Basically, electric can be.
There's so much faster. So you got to go for. I mean, luxury goods aren't. I mean, it's not performance. It's signaling, right? So, yeah. But I think most of these people that buy it, they either barely drive it, or many of them. I mean, you don't even drive it fast. I mean,
that's the problem. What's the point of the car? You can't, where are you going to drive it? Even let's say, I don't know, 140, where are you going to do it? Nowhere.
Yeah.
So
you're not. I mean, you get, and most of these people, these are difficult cars to drive if you don't know what you're doing, right? I mean, there's all these YouTube videos of Ferrari drivers and China and Singapore and Hong Kong, and they destroy their cars because they get into they get into a curve too fast or something like that, right? So a lot of these it's just there for status for most of these people. So they're not doing it for speed. They probably wouldn't even know how to drive it that fast.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, listen, I don't want to go too fast. I don't like going above really 90 because what do I need to? I mean, what do I need to do that for? I mean, once in a while, I like to just see how fast, because whatever. But generally, by the way, I got a ticket the other day, which is ridiculous. There's no, I'm keeping up with traffic. I might have been going 85. This guy pulls me over. He claims I'm doing 90 in a 70. It was crazy. I mean, somewhere in whatever. Interestingly, I've never gotten a ticket with a Bentley. I've never gotten a ticket in the Bentley.
What watch were you wearing? Curiously,
I was wearing the day date. It didn't repel demons.
Ah, okay.
The day date fails at repelling
law enforcement.
Yeah, the law enforcement. Yeah, really, it didn't work. I think it's because because. You know what? I just realized. I think. Here's the thing. I think what I like about the Flying Spur is it's a low key car. It's a sedan, right?
Yep.
So it's not in the mental model of cops to be thinking that guys driving an old sedan are going to be speeding. They're not looking for that.
Right.
But if they see kind of like a convertible or something, they think, okay, the guy's speeding probably. It's kind of like they think about that.
Yeah.
I have it's okay. So it's silver with a red cloth top. That red burgundy. It's got that. So it looks a little bit aggressive. It looks like that type of guy who might speed. You know what I mean? Like that. It's the demographic of the. So I think I'm gonna have to get rid of it. I may have to get a some sort of like minivan.
Get a Rolls Royce.
Minivan or something. No, but okay. So basically, so bottom line. So the Richard Mille event, you went there. You were not groomed. No grooming in private rooms. How was the food? Good food.
Food was good. Yeah, I mean, I love Japanese food and Nobu in particular. Yeah, so the food was good.
Okay. And so bottom line, and what happens at the event? Did they take off the watches? They pass around watches? Like give it like what goes on?
It was purely social. And
Okay.
people like there were people who were wearing watches that were, so they would show you which watch they were wearing. But I didn't. It was more just to meet folks. I mean, all of these different ADs have their own way to
groom.
They want you to invest in the brand, right?
The journey. Now, I'm gonna guess what watch you wore to the event.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take a guess.
All right.
I'm gonna take a guess. It's 1 and 3. I think it's 1 and 3. No, I think it's 1 and 2. I think it's 1 and 2.
Okay.
I think it was either the Patek 3940.
Or
yes, no?
It was actually. It was the 3940. Yeah.
Boom.
It was the 3940. And there were a number of people that were like, "Wow, that's a beautiful watch," and they didn't. Actually, one person did know 3940 and said, "Oh, that's a real insider watch."
Wow, look at that. So there was like, wow, that was what was the best, or like what was the most, like, I don't know, I don't even know how to say, what's high end? What was the best watch you saw that was at the event? What was the heavy hitter? What was the heaviest hitter?
The one that I really liked, because I had never seen it in person, there was one person wearing a Simone Brett.
Yeah.
That was beautiful in person.
Wow. Was it the regular one, or what was the spec?
So it was rose gold, and it had in the dial that kind of hammered or whatever.
Oh, the hammer. Oh, the classic, that whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Really, really beautiful watch.
Wow. Okay, that is beautiful. Yeah, because I think they made some variations. They did them with some gems or whatever. But it's really, really nice.
No, it was really nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. There was another guy. I think there were a couple of folks who were really going crazy. Or this guy had this Reshepy one.
Oh, I don't get that.
I didn't personally. I mean, it was nice, but I didn't really get it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the Reshepy thing is like some sort of like, you have to explain it. It's kind of like, it's an explanation watch. You got to really tell. You got to like, it's like an encyclopedia watch. You basically got to break out of Encyclopedia Britannica to explain people like why, whatever, like whatever. No, but that's cool. The Simone Brett, I think is a stunner. So it's that's smart. So it's kind of like.
No, so I wore the 3940 because I went to Patek Boutique prior, because I'm looking at looking at some fun strap options. So
to the so now your AD relationship at the Patek store there, was she impressed with the 3940?
Very impressed. Like their whatever, their watchmaker or whatever they call their technical director came out, and a couple of the store general manager, I let him try it on. He was happy. I mean, so either they were laying it on thick, which they don't really need to. I think they thought the watch was awesome.
Yeah, I don't think that. No, I think that it's legit, because that is the ultimate Patek. It really is. That's like, hey, that's the Philippe Stern watch. If it's good enough for Philippe, you know what I mean?
No, you've talked about it a lot. One thing is, for people, when you read stuff about it online, of course, I don't think it's people that actually own one. They complain about, they're like, oh, it's 36 millimeters, it's small, blah, blah, blah. But it's highly, highly legible. I mean, it's like some of these watches, they're hard to use as watches because it's actually difficult to tell the time on them, which I would kind of put some of the Richard Milles in that category. But this one, the 3940, is great. They've done everything right on it. They've used the space. Everything is proportional. The fonts. I think it's a fantastic watch.
Yeah, no, it's the best. No, it's so now okay, so now they see you got the 3940. Now I think they have you like they have you categorized as like, okay, VVIP level, where they're going to be offering you like, because now they see you're not a flipper, you're like a serious collector. Because to get anybody who buys a 3940, they're not hype chasers. That's kind of like, that means they're like a serious, that's the person you want, representing your brand. That's the type of customer you want representing your brand, not some bukiak wearing a cubitus. You know what I mean? So did they offer you something? Did they offer you like any like super exotic like mini repeaters now?
Are you talking about Patek or
Yeah, Patek, yeah.
They haven't offered me they offered one to me earlier before I got the 5970 or 5270 rather. So but they haven't offered it since then.
Okay, no, I was wondering for them because now maybe they might offer you some sort of like some sort of like 8-figure watch that gets delivered. Yeah, that gets delivered directly by Thierry Stern on the yacht. You get a special, special unboxing. You know what I mean? And wow. So
instead, what I got, Colonel, is the Patek Philippe magazine.
Ooh, I gotta get them. I gotta get. I should be getting the magazine, but for whatever reason, I never like. Because I think they give it to you when you sign up for the whatever. I should. Yeah, I
did you register? Did you register with Patek online?
I didn't. I'm
So
gonna do.
You need to do that, and then they'll send you the.
I don't know if I want to be on their list though. Because I don't know.
Do you think Patek is secretly owned by the Mossad?
Mossad. I think there is a connection. I think there's a Mossad connection with Patek. Yeah, for sure. Why do you think? Why do you think that they were making watches for Saddam Hussein? I mean, you don't think there were listening devices in those watches? Also for what's his name? Al-Saad had
actually wasn't actually now you're onto something. Wasn't
Gaddafi?
Shah of Iran was a big Patek collector too, right?
The Shah, the Shah of Iran actually he had actually good relations with Israel. The Shah of Iran they were like they were on good terms.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He did.
Actually, the Shah was working with the Mossad. Actually, I think they helped them set up some sort of like listening systems on the phones or something they were doing, right? In the 70s, some sort of thing. By the way, what do you think? Are you following what's going on in Iran?
I haven't been actually, because I've been not only super busy with work, but I think I mentioned to you the other day that my father passed. So in addition to work, I've got to deal with all his estate stuff. So it's been I haven't because I have been barely watching television or seeing the news online as a result.
No, it's very. Yeah, no, I thought on a separate note, it's very like it's hard to deal with. I mean, I've had both my mother and my father, and it's very like this, the whole estate.
It's hard. Yeah, my mother passed away 3 years. It'll be 3 years in February. So
wow, yeah,
they both passed in kind of short time. So yeah, it's hard for sure.
It's I think with the mother, it's much more. It hits you hard. I mean, to me, it hits hard because it's kind of like after the fact, you realize, wow, it's like this is like there's nobody else that cares for you as much on the planet. Not your wife, not your nobody. That's really the only person that really and also it's technically you're part of. It's basically you're like a spin-off. It's really that's kind of. The father could be anybody, father, it's whatever, it's, and the father is like, whatever, but, the mother really is, the mother is like the most important connection you can ever have. It's very,
yeah. So it's yeah. And actually that's another reason why it's been super busy because I've been when my mother passed, my father was the sole beneficiary of her estate now that he's passed. So I've got to deal with deal with all of that.
Yeah.
And so it is it's not mentally taxing work that it's like hard, but
no, it's emotional. It's emotionally
a bunch of people,
No, it's just emotionally draining.
That too.
No, it's yeah, but no, it's so this is a good distraction for you basically. watch this.
It is. It's become a passion of mine. So it's good. It's, you know, I've tried to think about this deeply. Sometimes I wonder, like, you know, why, but I think it's beautiful stuff, right? The you know, I don't know if I want to go so far as to say that it's like, you know, art, like a Picasso type thing, because those are one of a kind pieces, but I mean, it's tremendous human achievement, the kind of things that they do. I make things. I enjoy making things. I've made things for a living, consumer electronics and things like that. So I appreciate
the iPhone. The iPhone.
I wish I created the iPhone. No, I know I have good friends that actually did at Apple, but no, but I actually did Android phones for Motorola.
Did they anything that exploded?
No, that was Samsung. No, Motorola, we fortunately never had any of those issues. I mean, fun fact, actually, with the Motorola, there were only two people that could stop a new product, and other than one was the CEO, the other one was the safety engineer. That's how seriously Motorola took safety. So, wow. And they were very I mean, they weren't dialing it in. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. The what do you call it? You know, speaking of the art, you know, there's a guy. What's his name? His name is it'll come to me. It's he's an art advisor. He's an art. It'll come something Levin, something Levin is the last name. Anyway, but this guy works with like all the heavy hitters, like all, at the very top, right?
Mm-hmm.
And interestingly, this guy collects. He's a watch guy. He collects. What's his name? That English guy who does like a knockoff of Breguet. You know, who's very, very.
Oh, George Daniels.
Yeah, both of them. George Daniels and the other guy. What's the other guy? The younger guy. He's the kind of the.
He was I think I know who you're talking about.
Roger Smith. Is it Roger Smith?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's big. He flexes the George Daniels and the Roger Smith on Instagram. You should follow his Instagram page. You could send them. Join his WhatsApp group.
You know, the other watch. It's a British watch brand. Well, although I think it's owned by Citizen now. You turned me onto it, which was what is it?
The moon, with the giant moon phase.
It's got like a big moon phase. Absolutely beautiful watch.
Yeah, the giant moon phase. I think that watch is I think it's a fucking amazing watch. I don't know why it gets no respect.
Well, you know, the British, because you've talked about this too, how sneaky the Swiss are. I mean, the watch industry was really the British and the Americans.
Yeah, the Swiss stole everything.
Yeah.
I think we need to go to do a drone strike on Geneva. I mean, they did. They stole everything. They've been. Listen, as Trump would say, they've been ripping us off for literally 100 years. The Swiss have been ripping us off. They ripped off the railroad pocket watch industry for 100 years. They copied they literally copied the brands. Like if it was like, I don't know, Hamilton or whatever, they called their watch.
They did. Yeah, Arnold and it's Arnold and Son.
Arnold. Yeah.
It's a beautiful. I saw it in person. There was a dealer in San Francisco, actually in Marin, that had it, and I hesitated, and he sold it. So, but it's heavy. It's a chunk of gold.
What was it? It was like a used watch dealer.
It was that's right. It was a vintage watch dealer, right?
Oh, okay, interesting. In Marin, where Marin? Who was it?
Let me see. Was it Marin or Sausalito? One of those. It was like I took the ferry from the ferry building.
Okay, but it's a guy. It's a. They have like a store.
They did, yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
they did. This was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, and what kind of stuff did they have? Anything good?
You know, I only went there to see that watch. I did see some other ones, but I mean, he had kind of Rolexes and a couple of. He had some vintage APs. Yeah.
Really, I didn't know of any. Give me if you find it, let me know. Let me know the name. I'd love to check it out.
I'll dig up the information. Yeah,
I'd love to check it out. Green
Yeah.
Rush, one of our big donors, almost as big as the Altani family, is saying, Duke, is that the watch your dad left you that you are currently wearing?
It is. It is demon repellent.
The date
Yes.
champion dial
Yes.
with the label in the back.
Yeah, that's right. It does have the label in the back. Yeah. So
Yeah. Wow. So you've been wearing that watch a lot. This is like your main thing now.
I've been wearing it. I told, in Islam, you have like a formal mourning period. So I am wearing it in memoriam of my dad.
How long is that? What is it, like 30 days? 30
days.
days. Okay. Wow. And what do you call it? Is the watch, is it the same size? Do you have the same wrist size?
He actually, no. So I had it adjusted. So he had the extra links.
Okay. Oh, he kept everything. He kept everything.
He kept everything. His original box, original papers, original seat. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Wow. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm wearing it and actually I have to say, I think it's a splendid. I love this watch. Not just for the sentimental value. I think it looks nice.
Listen, I'll tell you, on you, it looks really good. It looks really good. The gold, the yellow gold. It's the yellow. You can pull off yellow gold. And the thing what makes it good is it's still like tight. The brace. It's like it's got that like
Well, see, that's what I did. So it was too loose actually, and I don't know if I don't remember him wearing it that way.
No, he wouldn't wear it probably. Nah.
And but I think he may have added those links back because he barely wore it. So when I first wore it, it was like sagging down. So no, I got it. I have it properly fitted.
Yeah, no, this is.
And when I took it into the store, they said, "Are you sure you want to do it? Isn't that too tight?" I was like, "No, it's supposed to fit properly."
Yeah, you tend to like your watches like perfect. I like them a little bit loose. I like a little bit, like a little bit, a little bang, a little so it moves around more. Like I like, I don't like to be too tight.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually fits perfectly. It doesn't feel tight at all. It just, I don't like it. I don't like it when it moves around.
Okay. Yeah. I like it when it moves. I like I'm the other way. I kind of like when it gets like, a little more, the weather changes, bounces. So that to me is fine. But no. So what do you think of this concept that that we were discussing, the topic of the the AD game? You're basically, what do you think of this? Yeah, I think there's a thing going on with this this grift going on where I think a lot of people are getting victimized. They're getting victimized by these sassy grifters out there that make you buy stuff, go on journeys to get the watch you want, and then you can't sell, and it's a whole. And then you have the shills. You got the shills out there, which basically they operate these. There's like these sassy watch meetup planners, sassy event planners that basically are shills for some of these boutiques. And what they do is they get victims to go in there, so that way they get kind of like a kickback credit. You know what I'm saying? They get a kickback, so that way they get pushed up the allocation thing, or they get maybe a what do you call it? An indulgence, so they can actually flip the watch, whereas the average person would be blacklisted.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are. So I'm new to this still, so I've got a lot to learn. But I think I grew up in that same time frame that you're talking about, where these internet, the first wave of web IPOs and stuff like that. So there was a ton of that. I do see that. What sort of baffles me is people are complaining about how expensive everything is, and that's true. I mean, I think courtesy of the previous administration, we saw, so much money flood the system, and you have all this PPP loan fraud and all this kind of stuff. But it's astounding to me. Yes, overall
Somalians.
It's astounding to me. Where the hell do people? Where are they finding the money for this? Because these are not inexpensive. Like a house is a big ticket purchase, right? But it's financed. You go get a mortgage loan. With watches, you have to pay up front. So where the hell are they getting it from?
Yeah, there's a lot of money coming into the market for everything right now.
Yeah, so I don't understand it. Like same thing with cars, exotic cars. You get car loans, and by the way, in exotic cars, you have specialty lenders like Woodside Credit, which you can get 20 or 25-year auto financing. So it's like a mortgage, right? So if you have pristine credit, you can. I mean, these things are within reach if you have the cash flow to support it. But like, how many? The U.S. is the wealthiest country on the planet. It's just shocking to me. I mean, how are these people coming up with like 100 or 200 grand? That's a lot of liquidity for people.
Yeah. No, it is a lot. Listen. Well, America is booming, thanks to El Trump, the golden age. we're in the golden age. We're in the golden age right now. I think there could be also at the margins, which really what moves it is a lot of I think there's a lot of like what do you call it? I think there's a lot of there's a lot of what is it? Aspirational buyers, like who are buying the watch. They can't, listen, I would think, okay, if you're buying $100 grand watch, you should be liquid for 10 million. I would think. I mean, close.
I would say so. That's like, what is it, 1% of your net worth, right?
Yeah, it should be, something like maximum, and that should be like not your only watch, right? Like that should be like whatever, right? But I think what's going on is I think there's some guys like, doing kind of like the Archie luxury thing where they're putting stuff on credit cards or they're doing a home equity. They're basically trying to like, they're keep up in the arms race in the Hunger Games, the horology Hunger Games.
There must be, that's, I agree. There's something like that going on, which
it's kind of in car, for sure in cars, you see that in cars, but I think it's also going on in watches. Like in cars, that's been going on forever, right? That's like, half of LA.
In cars, you have a lot of people who there's a lot of people that run into trouble with cars, right? They get those. You see all these YouTube videos which are funny. People getting the Dodge Hellcats with 26% loans, and they can't afford it. And so there's that. So it makes me wonder. Is some of the stuff, because it doesn't. It's not going to take much. It's not going to take much for these. If there's like a correction, like a significant correction, and these guys are really underwater, they're going to be like blood's going to be coming out of their orifices on this one.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of leverage in the system, and there's a lot of I have a feeling the thesis is, I think we have maybe a year or two to go before there's any like significant economic crash. But I think when there is, it's gonna be bad, because like we've kind of skated by and everything, and but I think while Trump is in office, I think he's gonna do everything to make sure he's got like a strong legacy or whatever.
Yep.
But after what did it say? Après le déluge. It's going to be.
I do think the U.S. economy is strong and all that. I think the fundamentals are there. But the thing that I find really puzzling is, because again, these are true indulgence items, and $100,000, $200,000 cash. $250,000, $300,000. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. Because I'm dealing with my parents, my childhood home. That's in Michigan, a small town in Michigan. That's if I were to sell that house today, it'd be around that much, right? So this is like, and this is in the U.S., which is the wealthiest country in the world by a country mile. And yes, there's a global market here, but I just really wonder where this is. It's like, what's driving some of this? Leverage is for sure there. I agree with you, but if you're like getting a second mortgage to buy this, I do see there are people that are like, oh, I'm going to get this. What was that story you said? Was it Archie Luxury who this 19-year-old kid maxed out multiple credit cards to get a Daytona, and he bought it off him for bought him off because he couldn't afford the payments on it anymore.
Oh no, that happened with Juan. That guy Juan Aquino, the grifter, the hubcap thief. No, Juan bought a Rolex Smurf. The white gold with a blue dial with ceramic. That's like the worst. That's the worst beta watch. Under subpar market returns, underperforming. I think he bought it from a guy from like a dealer, a wannabe, like a young kid who was like 19 or whatever, 18, and he basically was trying to flip. He got the watch from the dealer, and he was, he put on his parents' credit cards, and he's paying 20%, the money he's got to pay the thing, and it was kind of Juan beat him down. Yeah, Juan basically exploited this young gentleman's, and he bought the watch from for like 33 grand, whatever. And now the watch is like, it's impossible to sell. They're like, I think 2 years later they're like 32 grand. It's been a dead watch.
Got it.
You got
it. I wonder if there's a lot of. I don't know. It makes me wonder, like, where's this? Because housing I can understand, exotic cars I can understand. I mean, like you see, there's all these grifters on YouTube. They just rent exotic cars. They don't actually own them. And frankly, even if they own them, again, if you have good enough credit, you can finance them. So it's, but like putting 500 grand up for a Ferrari, most people cannot afford that, right? So how are they doing that for luxury watches?
Yeah, it's no. I think what's going on is at the margin. I think a lot of the people like in the so-called who get into the whole community thing, that whole thing, they get caught up. I think a lot of people get caught up in the kind of materialistic thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what bothers me about the whole thing with these like new watches. That whole thing is very kind of materialistic. I mean, obviously it's sort of what is it? It's kind of like I think a Richard, buying on RM, it's materialistic, whereas a vintage vintage Omega, whatever, vintage Patek it's more artistic, spiritual in nature. It has like a certain, and you can justify it for, okay, it may have upside. That's kind of the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, otherwise you're just chasing stuff. It's like stuff which is, like.
So Colonel, you're going to laugh. I just got a text from my brother-in-law. He's watching your channel. He's like, you're on the feed?
The feed?
He's watching the stream right now. So.
Oh, you're a celebrity. Yeah, he's a celebrity. Did he know that you're a celebrity?
I told him, because he's gotten into watches, and he was like, well, where can I go to learn more? And I say the same thing to everybody. Just watch, go to the Colonel. That's
not to blow smoke in your culo like Juan Aquino would do, but I think, listen, all kidding aside, I think I think you could learn a lot from you, because you're like the perfect guy, because you've really, you've synthesized a lot of knowledge, and you basically, your collection, you have, I think, like, I don't think you can get better. You could basically move horizontally a little more, whatever. You've basically gone from 0 to 100, or okay, maybe not 100, but like, let's say 90. From 0 to 90 in what, 12 months? Mm-hmm. Literally 12 months. I think it's basically been 12 months.
Yeah. It probably hasn't even been a year. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, you were like in Bukyakistan in March? I think in March.
Yeah. What got me in gear was the first brutal watch review. Which you aptly named the Brutal Watch Review. But that's what you need, you know?
Yeah, we're here to give. We're not here to do like the whole thing these days. These the parenting these days. The timeouts. The what do they call the what? Sometimes kids need a smack across the face. I think if I would have slapped across the face more, I would have turned out better. I think that we're building a generation of these kids. They don't get they don't get tough love anymore.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. It's tough love.
Yeah, we got to
give. Review is tough love, but people need it.
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while. I don't know. I gotta put it out there. We haven't done one in a while. We got a question here. Oh, this is for the Duke. This looks like we may have an RM aficionado. Do you like the white and pink Bubba Watson 3802? Do you know what that is?
I do. Yeah, I don't really care for it. No.
Yeah, I'm not in terms of the RM. Like, I have no opinion. Like, it's really not my I respect the thing, whatever. It's not my. The only one I would consider getting it only purely because I can't wear any of them. They just don't work for me. Is that old one, the one from 07. To me, that one is kind of like, I see that as
the square one. I like that one too, but I like that one for the same reason I like the 6701 is because it's thin. It's the thinnest.
Okay.
It's the thinnest of the Richard Mille's, so it sits on the wrist well. I mean, if you try on their other ones, like the standard Richard Mille's, they're huge. They're like super thick. I don't know.
That's when I had that on, that's the kind of the thing that got me is kind of that thinness. It's flat. It's kind of, it was interesting. The rubber. Listen, back 20. This is almost 20 years ago, right? So 20 years ago, who was doing rubber with gold? Nobody except Hublot was the
Hublot, yeah.
Yeah, Hublot was the first ones. They basically invented that. And that was the thing. I remember Hublot was the watch in the 90s. That was like a hot watch.
Yeah.
Amongst kind of people I knew who had I was like, wow, Hublot was like, wow, I don't know. Okay, Hublot.
Hublot, with Pakistanis, Hublot's became a huge thing because the former prime minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, had a Hublot. So then it blew up in the Indian subcontinent.
Really? Wait,
oh, yeah.
Sharif, he's still around, right? He's still around.
He's still around, yeah.
I think did he run off with some cash? Is he the guy that ran off with some?
They've all run off with cash, but yeah, but he is back. He's back in Pakistan. I think his brother is the prime minister now.
Ah, okay. Interesting. We have another guy from Pakistan on the channel who is the guy, the Rolex guy. What's his name? His name is he's a big day-date guy, big day-date fan.
Yeah, I mean Rolex is huge there, so yeah.
And he's got a pickup truck. He's got a giant pickup truck.
The other one that's big in Pakistan is Frank Muller, because
really.
Yeah, they're the only two authorized dealers there. So Rolex has authorized dealers, and then Frank Muller, which is so random, but yeah.
Oh, hold on. We went on a tangent. We were talking about Iran, right?
Yes.
And the Iran thing. We go on so many tangents. This channel is very hard to. We got to get a producer here again. We got to raise money to get personnel. Very hard to. So my thesis is Iran is definitely this one is actually going to work, and they're going to have an overthrow of the government, and they're going to become basically like, I don't want to say democracy. It's going to go back to kind of like let's call it like a 70s, whatever they were in the 70s. So in other words, the theocracy thing is going to be done. They're going to be basically like whatever, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And the Iranians, they love the Shah. A lot of them they have a big.
Well, those are the ones in the U.S. Those are the ones.
Am I thinking of the wrong Iranians?
I mean, there's the Iranians in especially Southern California. They do love, because there were a couple of waves. So the first wave that of Iranians that left for the West, they, my understanding at least, is they left because they were on the wrong side of the Shah. So those folks hate the Shah.
Oh, really?
And then the other folks, there was a big group of people that left after the mullahs took over, and they hate the religious regime. And those are the ones. I think a good portion of them also like the Shah, or like about the Shah that it was a secular regime, so they want to return to a secular Iran as opposed to a religious regime.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know there were multiple of opinions of variant. Okay,
Oh
so
yeah,
basically, so you're saying it's 50. So basically, you're saying in Iran they're not fans of the Shah.
no,
They're
no.
not fans of the Shah.
By the way, again, this is just one man's opinion, obviously, but I think a lot of people, it's like judging the U.S. by seeing what's going on in New York City.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you have. By the way, I think these protests, like Iran, has had a horrible economic set of economic issues for years, and they're building up. So maybe these particular protests are, there's more to it. But the average Iranian, and I would say even in Pakistan, they're religious. The people there are religious. They take it seriously. I mean, they may not be like, they're not religious fanatics, but they take religion seriously. So
No, but what about?
Maybe folks in Tehran don't, but I think the average Iranian is very.
But what about something like a kind of but a different sort of like let's call it like our good friends in Qatar, right? Our good friends in Qatar, or whatever. That type of government, is it? I mean, it's not really a theocracy. Qatar is not. They don't have a mullah. They have like a king, basically, right?
They don't.
Okay.
But if you go to the Gulf states, so there's Emirates, United Arab Emirates. There's Qatar. There's Bahrain. There's Oman. No, they're not. They are religious, but they're not theocracies at all. And in fact, they. By the way, this is true even of Saudi Arabia now. It has been true with the Saudi royal family for a long time. They do not trust they don't trust these religious groups like the Muslim Brotherhood and all that, because they are a threat to their power.
Right. No, it's all about, it's a whole thing. But I think there could be a situation where, when I say secular, I'm not talking about like, they're going to have like it's not going to be like
be democratic or elections. Yeah.
No. It's something which is going to be basically like whatever the traditional thing is. In other words, it's not going to be like, hey, but it's gonna be kind of like, I would say, Dubai. Is Dubai a good sort of Bahrain, like a Bahrain type of place? Like
look, Dubai. I mean, Qatar. I don't know if you've been recently, but they have nightclubs. They have alcohol. I mean, you can do
they have alcohol in Qatar.
They do.
You kidding?
Yeah, you can get it in the hotels.
You kidding? Wow.
Yeah. They just didn't serve it at the World Cup. That's different. But
okay. No, because the Emir Al Thani, he's invited me to. He's actually bought me a house there next to Tucker Carlson. So he's invited me to come out. I haven't been out there yet. But
just don't use any pagers, Colonel.
No. But I think that basically, if they overthrow the government, right, they get the economy starts booming, right. Basically, the Iranians are going to start buying a Royal Oak and Nautilus, vintage Royal Oak and Nautilus from the Shah era, and other watches. So notice, you're going to have a whole bunch of. Basically, what I'm saying is you're going to have a bunch of new buyers enter the system. Now, again, how many people? They have 70
maybe
million.
That's why the Swiss delegation was meeting with Trump. They're like, you gotta bomb Iran. We need to open our market. We need to run our markets.
100%. You gotta follow the money, right?
Yeah.
And no, but think about it. They have what, 70 million people?
Oh, more. Yeah, more than that. Yeah.
Whatever it is, 80 million, 100 million people, right? You figure, let's say 1% are always going to have money. So you got 1 million people, whatever. But out of those, all you only need a couple hundred guys to enter the vintage watch market, and that moves the market. You only need a few people.
I think that's why they want to overthrow Venezuela as well. Remember, that was a very wealthy country. What was that? You see those vintage Pateks, which are Serpico y Lino.
Oh
right?
yeah. Very.
Which was a big retailer there.
Yeah, no, it's listen, by the way, I'm actually all for overthrowing the Venezuela government so that we can open up the market for to get those watches, the vintage watches flooding into the market, into the channel.
Yeah.
It's all about the watches, that's the whole thing. It's all it's all about that's at the end that's the thing that drives everything is to get.
That's right. That's right.
I think we have to create a super PAC which would influence Trump to overthrow certain governments that have watch collections that could, we could enter into the market, So
who knows? They might buy those Trump watches.
The Trump watches. The Trump watches. This is
he had one. He was selling one with a tourbillon. I think that was actually real money.
I tell you, the guy is really shameless. I mean, really shameless. It's like, I mean, completely, like beyond. I mean, it's an amazing thing. It's like whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't worry that it's cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like these guys. I see these guys who there were all sorts of merchandise every time. It's crazy, but maybe it makes him a good businessman. I don't know. Listen, it's unbelievable. We got Mike. What you can go? What highly recommend if never been. No, I haven't. I didn't go. Mike Lewis. When are you going to send a donation to this channel? We don't do this stuff for free here. This is a very expensive channel to run. It costs millions of dollars. The Emir of Qatar sent us money, so we expect the same from you. This guy's I think he's been on channel. He's a what do you call it guy? He likes JLC. He's a JLC man. He's a JLC man.
The reversos, huh?
Yeah, the complicated reversal. By the way, how's your dual time running? Is it good? The JLC one?
Yeah, it's running great.
Okay. Because I
didn't put it on the watch winder because I think you said that might have caused the issue that you had.
Think I got to get that thing fixed. Yeah, because I think that screwed up the watch.
That's a beautiful watch. Mine is in white gold. It's beautiful. In retrospect, I should have gotten like yellow or rose gold, but I actually like it in white gold. It's a little severe, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's low key. It's low key. Like when you go to a Bukiakistan, you're not gonna get robbed. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna think it's real. And if you ever get kidnapped, you just take off that back hunter case piece, that extra piece, because that's like an ounce of gold.
Yeah, that's a coin. That's getting me out.
Yeah, how much do you think that weighs? That hunter case piece, half an ounce?
I think so. Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's and you get the deployment buckle. That's probably between those two. It's easily an ounce.
It's substantial.
I mean, if you melted that, you'd pay for the watch already.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. No, I got it for I can't remember, but I got a great price. It's gone up in price since then.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I would tell back to the thing. I'd tell your brother-in-law where is you are.
His name is Sonny.
Sonny?
Yeah.
Sonny, yeah. So Sonny, like you basically you're like a very good role model, a very good horological role model for anybody to follow because you've done I think you've done a lot of I have a feeling like you've done a lot of research, like a lot.
I have.
It's not like you've really spent look at a lot of stuff, synthesized a lot of information, and you've basically been able to make good choices, as they say, good choices.
I went through your back catalog of videos.
The back catalog.
I think you had another channel, or maybe that was the earlier title, the Honest Watch channel. I went through that too.
Oh, the Honest Watch channel is the drama channel. That's the drama channel.
Oh.
That's
So yeah. I mein, I invested some real time and effort into it. into it.
Yeah, this is not easy. A lot of these tomato cans, they just think, hey, you look at Instagram, you buy. Hey, this is a lot of research. That's part of it. It's really part of the journey. It really is.
No, so again, they're trying to build desire. They're trying to sell stuff. I don't begrudge them that. That's their job. But your job is to find stuff, is to kind of cut through the noise and develop your own opinions on things and buy stuff you like, but don't overpay. Ideally underpay, right? Get alpha,
Yeah, of course.
right? Go. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not a watch dealer. I have no intention of being one. But it's become a passion of mine. So it's been easy to invest the time and effort as a result.
Yeah. No, I think. Listen, I think it's the journey you're on, the journey, but which is like this stuff. I think it's a legitimate thing. It's a spiritual thing versus the materialistic thing of buying, modern, like whatever hype list watches, because it's kind of like, there's no upside, there's no, like, it's whatever. You're just basically part of the. You're
just getting fleeced. You're just getting fleeced.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're just trying to join the Hunger Games. You're basically trying to, like, it's a kind of like a tomato can race. Whereas when you build a collection, like a real collection, which it's kind of like, I would say this. Look, there's it's like, Larry Gagosian, who was the big art dealer. Like all these about 20 years ago, and all the oligarchs, the Russian oligarchs, when they first made money, like, I don't know who was the salesman. Somebody must have gotten that whole market. But as soon as these guys got some money, they would go to Larry Gagosian and they say, like, Larry, I need art. You give me art. I have 10 million. So he'd basically give him like he'd sell him his whole program, like whatever, all like 10, whatever. It's like the Damien Hirst. Remember Damien Hirst? That's the guy with the spot paintings, all that shit. There was a bunch of, basically all these guys, they all have, if you look, they all have the same collection. All their stuff looks the same. They got the Richard Prince, the Damien Hirst. It's kind of that circa 2006, 7. All these people that got the same thing that hanging in their house. They got the spot paintings. They got that. It's the same fucking look. It's kind of like in the watch one. They all got the same, the same Daytona, the same, F. Peugeot, the same. That's what it is. Whereas, in other words, like they buy with their ears, not their eyes. They basically buy. Okay, somebody tells them this is the thing that you want to have. This is the right thing to have, and they just buy that program of Bukyakistan, right? Whereas I think the proper thinking, which is more like spiritually fulfilling, is you figure out you're going to buy best of breed and things which actually have upside potential, that have historical, cultural value, like they're part of something, that's the thing. Well,
the thing is, one of the things, as one of the learnings that I had too, is like you learn about yourself through this kind of thing. So, but one of the many things that I've appreciated is like you don't pull your punches. You have strong opinions, and a lot of the, again, I haven't watched like a ton of these other watch channels, but like I did, they show up on your feed. They don't really. I don't feel like most people, like that Nico Leonard guy, has strong opinions, and he's kind of funny, and he hates on Hublot. But he also his I feel like it's hard.
Basic.
It's hard to find people with really good taste. Let's put it that way.
He's very basic. I mean, his thing is very like basic kind of like I don't want to say hype, but like his personal collection also is like pretty basic stuff. It's like very basic. I mean, expensive stuff, but it's like kind of basic. It's not like anything interesting. It's sort of like basic, basic bitch, Royal Oak, or what. It's nothing.
Yeah, and you pointed out also like who is like some of the other folks, like they don't even have perpetual calendars. So I think the apex of their complications are chronographs or something like that. So So anyways, I learned a lot. I learned like, okay, I go the precious metal route. And candidly, I never really cared for stainless steel watches anyways. But it helps when somebody provides like the right kind of has strong opinions, and then you can think about it.
Framework, the framework.
Framework. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
And upside potential. Yeah, I mean, look, the other thing is, for example, I would never have thought of a vintage Royal Oak. Like I was interested in the Royal Oak, but actually enjoyed the vintage. I think that classical size is like the 40. Like now, when I try on the 41 millimeter, it's too big. It looks obscene.
No, I think the 39 is actually okay, but when they go to the 41, it's actually disproportional. It looks like a date 2. You know, it just a little. They kind of stretched it out basically. They basically
it just looks, there's way too much real estate on the dial. It just looks weird.
Yeah. I think they made the date 2 mistake. It's kind of like they stretched it out. And they took the classic thing. They made it just a little bit too big, and you got a lot of vacant. It's kind of like. Have you ever been to that hotel in Vegas, Resorts World? You know that place, Resorts World, or Fontainebleau, the new.
I haven't.
Okay, you don't want to go. Believe me, you don't want to. It's the new modern. It's kind of like they just open, and they're kind of like vacant. You feel like you're in a sort of like mall. I mean, they're brand new, basically, but they're like, it's not like the Wynn or the Encore, which is probably the perfection of anything ever built. It's like all their space. It's just everything is perfect. Whereas it's just
I love the Wynn. I also like Bellagio a lot. I think Bellagio. Those are all Wynn properties, right? Bellagio. Yeah. That guy's a genius.
No, but what's crazy? You see the real genius if you actually walk in you walk through their like meeting areas, that convention area, whatever. That whole hallway. You see you go to where the golf course thing is, the balcony, and you see everything there, like all those hallways, which are gigantic. It's basically bigger than any European palace. It's really it's like the Louvre. It's really literally that proportion, right? But all the surfaces are all covered in incredible marble. Every surface, the walls have like beautiful, like, I don't know, silk. I mean, everything is perfect. Like, everything is, the furniture is perfect. It's all custom furniture, which is like, it's amazing stuff. Like everything is super high quality, which you would think, okay, the meeting room is like, who's going to care? No, this guy cared. Like everything is like, even the water fountains. I remember I saw the water fountain in the back. They got like, it's gilded, it's crazy. So it's
I got superb taste. But then the thing is also the training for their staff is really good. I find that they're
the best.
Yeah, they're great. So there's just so much attention to detail, the right kind of detail. So my family enjoys the Wynn a lot.
I think he was a big fan of Roger Dubious.
Is that right?
I think he was. I think because he had a store, which I don't know what the deal was, but it was called like, you remember that? It was called like Wynn Watch or something. Wynn. It was weird.
Yeah. Yes.
I think he owned that person. I think it was his personal thing.
Is that right?
I think so. It was like something. Yeah, I think it was. And I remember specifically that they had Roger Dubious, and
like all these. This is what kind of you look at. Frank Mueller, that guy was extremely talented.
Let's call him Ferris Bueller from now on.
Ferris Bueller. Yeah, all these guys were talented, but none of them, like their aftermarket performance, at least again, I haven't looked at it in a while, but like every watch, it hasn't been that great.
No, they're trying to make a comeback. They're trying to make a comeback with early Mueller. I think Dubious may have at some point I have a feeling that Dubious at some point is going to get a push because he is a legitimate watchmaker.
Oh yeah, but then like the LVMH guys have bought Daniel Roth, so they're trying to screw Daniel Roth. So
it's that same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same type of. It's very big though. I think they're huge, aren't they? Kind of big. They're very big. Dubious.
The Daniel Roth, not the ones that I've tried, but they're
the Dubious.
Oh, the Dubious. Yeah, some of them are. That's true. Some of them are. Yeah, many of them are actually. Yeah.
They're 43. They're like 43 millimeter. They're big sizes. I think like very.
Yeah, they're big. They're big.
You know,
The one that I really like, I saw I think it was on auction. Was it Christie's or Sotheby's? But it was it was a foreign auction. And after I had that experience I had with the Hong Kong auction, where
oh, you get multiple bills.
yeah.
Post,
I didn't want to do that, but there was
right.
I think it was called Hommage La Placide perpetual calendar, and that's like 38 or 39 millimeters, so it's like classical sizing.
Okay.
I didn't try it on, but it looks beautiful. It looks like a very interesting watch.
Interesting. Okay. All right, Duke. I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, I gotta jump myself.
We're going to thank our show.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, thank our show sponsors, the Altani family, Qatar Sovereign Wealth Fund, and our show sponsor today, the Duke with $99.99. All right, thank you.
Let me do 100.
Oh, okay. But thank you. This will pay for the water bill.
Okay. All right, Colonel. Take care.
Thank you everybody for joining. Okay, guys.
Bye.